My name's Monty Waldin. I've just published my 7th book, which is called Monty Waldin's Biodynamic Wine Guide. Gives you the A to Z of biodynamic theory and practice, how the biodynamic preparations are made, how compost is used, how cover crops and herb teas are also used on vineyards. And it also profiles over 1,500 wineries worldwide which are either certified biodynamic or certified organic, or practicing part biodynamics or part organic methods.
And you say there's 1,500 wineries in it.
Yep.
What percentage is that of wineries worldwide, and what sort of percentage of hectareage is biodynamic nowadays?
Percentage of wineries worldwide I really don't know, to be absolutely honest with you. But percentage of hectares worldwide, it's over 3.5% now, globally.
And that's biodynamic and organic? That's
biodynamic and organic, and obviously some people say, well, that's very, very small, but it's the biodynamic and organic movement has been growing steadily now for about 15 years in wine. And I think there are 2 or 3 reasons for that. The main one is that people want to be more sustainable, do their bit for the planet, so to speak. I think the second reason is winemakers are getting a little bit tired or embarrassed about answering difficult questions from suppliers or people that they supply and consumers about, oh yes, we're using weed killers. I don't think people want to pay vast sums of money for expensive wines that have been grown by people wearing protective masks and rubber boots because they're using all sorts of nasty chemicals. I think the main reason why wine growers are going organic and biodynamic is for quality. You simply make a better product, you have better quality grapes, and with better quality grapes you've got the chance of making a better quality wine.
And there are some renowned names that are biodynamic now.
Yeah, I think the most renowned worldwide is Domaine de la Romani Conti, which is, I think a lot of people would say it's the world's best wine estate, so that's in Burgundy. You also have a fantastic Pauillac, Bordeaux, called Chateau Pontet Canet. But names like Benzinger, Fetzer, Bonnie Doon, Saracen in New Zealand. These are all sort of blue chip wineries. Huet in the Loire. There's a host of French growers in Alsace, in Humbrecht, for example, that are biodynamic and have been biodynamic for a while, and they're now starting to get the recognition I think that they deserve. Romani Conti doesn't need to go organic or biodynamic for marketing reasons. It doesn't need to jump on a green bandwagon. It's the most famous estate in the world. They're doing it because they think it works, they think it gives better quality grapes.
And it's wonderful to produce wine biodynamically. It leaves practically no carbon footprint. But in terms of the way the world is going, what difference is it going to make if we're all biodynamic and when every person in China wants to buy a fridge? Surely the fact that there's 3.5% biodynamic wine growers in the world is going to make no difference whatsoever.
Well, I see your point, but I think we can either just throw our hands up and say, right, we're all doomed, let's just despoil the planet even more than we're doing at the moment, or makers of a high quality product, which wine is, it's a high value product, and say, actually, we're going to try and put a stop to this. We're not only going to try and be green and reduce our carbon footprint because we think it's a good thing for the planet, but again, I come back to think, I said earlier on, it's better for quality. You actually have more fun growing wine like that. I remember when I used to work in Bordeaux, what am I doing today, boss? Oh, you're sitting on the track to open some sack of fertiliser and spread that on the ground. You are totally disconnected from the vineyard. Last week I was making 500 tonnes of biodynamic compost for a winery in Germany. You have such fun, collecting the manure from the horses that we've got on the estate, collecting the manure from the cows we have on the estate, getting a bunch of young people in to make compost that's going to stimulate the soil. You don't need to wear a mask, there's no protective gloves, there's no health and safety issues. You're just working with the earth to make more earth. Don't forget, animal manure is simply grass digested by a cow. And that's great fun to work with.
When we start trying to persuade people in the high street to buy organic and biodynamic wine, don't we come up against the problem that most people really think that wine is organic in the first place? They feel that whatever they're drinking, Jacob's Creek, springs naturally out of the soil. How are you going to persuade them otherwise?
Well, I mean, I don't want to sort of shatter too many myths, but yes, the general public probably perceives all wine to be organic, just like they think all olive oil is organic, for example. The wine industry's done a good job of sort of protecting that fallacy, if you like. And I think what you're seeing now, certainly from members in the wine trade, I think, and they're the ones that have that contact with consumers, are finding the organic and biodynamic route a much more interesting thing to talk about. It actually makes selling easier. If you say to somebody, like in a top restaurant, for example, the sommelier comes over and says, "Sir, tonight I'm going to give you a fine bit of Scottish beef that was the cow was roaming on the Scottish hillsides, free of totally in harmony with nature," and the chap says, "Well, what am I going to have to drink? Would you recommend a drink of that?" "I'm going to recommend you drink a £150 bottle of wine that's been weed killed and had systemic pesticides used on it, sprayed by people wearing protective masks, the guys will say, you're taking the mickey, aren't you? How can I eat this beef that you've praised to high heavens and given me this wine that's chemically grown? That doesn't add up, and I think you're seeing from the trade a big push towards acceptance of greener methods, and that will certainly feed through to consumers.